If you'd asked me which city would steal my heart in Spain, I would have never said Valencia. Barcelona? Probably. Madrid? Maybe. Even Malaga would have come to mind first, but Valencia, it wasn't even on my radar. And yet, a few days there completely changed how I look at Spain. These are the places that made that happen. When people think about Spain, they usually picture crowded streets, famous landmarks, and cities that have been on every travel list for years. That's exactly what I expected too. I thought Valencia would simply be another beautiful stop along the way. A city I'd enjoy for a day or two before moving on. I couldn't have been more wrong. Because somewhere between the quiet streets, the orange trees, and the slow rhythm of everyday life, something shifted. It didn't feel like I was visiting. It felt like I had discovered a different way of living. And that's a feeling that's surprisingly difficult to forget. So if Valencia isn't on your list yet, maybe it should be. The first place that made me stop walking wasn't a famous attraction. It was this square. People chatting on terraces, children running around, locals simply enjoying another ordinary afternoon. Nobody seemed to be in a hurry. And that's exactly what caught my attention. It reminded me that sometimes the most beautiful places aren't spectacular because of the buildings. They're beautiful because of how they make you feel. From there, I wandered into El Carmen, and honestly, I think getting lost is the best way to experience it. Tiny streets, old wooden doors, balconies covered in flowers, small cafes hiding around unexpected corners. Every street seemed to invite me just a little further. There wasn't really a plan anymore, just curiosity. And sometimes, those are the moments you remember most. If you really want to understand a city, visit its market. Mercado Central isn't just a beautiful building. It's where everyday life happens. Fresh fruit, local cheeses, fresh bread, coffee, conversations. People who've probably been shopping there for years. There's something comforting about watching a city simply being itself, without trying to impress anyone. Then came the place that completely surprised me. A park. Not just any park. One that stretches for miles through the heart of the city. It used to be a river. Today, it's one of the reasons Valencia feels so different. People cycling, running, reading under the trees. Families having picnics, children laughing. It almost feels like the city decided that life should always have room to slow down. And somehow, that changes everything. By this point, I realized something. Valencia wasn't trying to compete with Barcelona or Madrid. It wasn't trying to be louder, or busier, or more impressive. It was simply comfortable being itself. And maybe that's exactly why I started falling for it. But the places that truly changed everything were still waiting. After spending more time in Valencia, I started noticing something. It wasn't just the places themselves. It was the way people use them. Life wasn't happening indoors. It was happening outside, in the streets, in the parks, on sunny terraces. It felt slower, and somehow, that made everything feel richer. If there's one neighborhood that perfectly captures Valencia's creative side, it's Ruzafa. Independent cafes, small bookstores, local bakeries, beautiful little boutiques. You can spend hours here without really doing anything. And somehow, that feels like time well spent. It's the kind of neighborhood where you stop checking the time, because suddenly, it doesn't matter anymore. Then there's the place everyone recognizes, the city of arts and sciences. And yes, it's impressive. The architecture almost looks unreal, like something from the future. But what surprised me most wasn't the buildings. It was seeing people simply enjoying the space around them. Walking, cycling, taking photos, sitting by the water. It didn't feel like a tourist attraction. It felt like part of everyday life. One afternoon, I wandered through Cabanyal, an old fishing neighborhood just a short walk from the sea. Colorful houses, quiet streets, laundry hanging outside, life unfolding at its own pace. It still feels authentic. Not polished, not perfect, just real. And sometimes, that's exactly what makes a place beautiful. I visited beaches that were more tropical, more dramatic, even more famous, but there was something about Malvarrosa. Maybe it was the wide promenade, maybe it was watching people walk their dogs at sunset, or families still enjoying the evening long after dinner. Nobody seemed to be rushing home, and for a moment, neither was I. Then I discovered a place that almost didn't feel real. Port Saplaya, small canals, colorful buildings, boats gently floating in the water. People often compare it to Venice. But honestly, it has its own personality. It's peaceful, quiet, and somehow still feels like one of Valencia's best-kept secrets. Standing there, I caught myself thinking, I could actually imagine living somewhere like this. That thought stayed with me, but nothing prepared me for the final place. Albufera, just outside the city. As the sun slowly disappeared over the lake, everything became quiet. The water reflected the sky. The boats drifted gently across the horizon. Nobody was saying much, because nobody really needed to. It was one of those rare moments where a place makes you completely forget about your phone, your schedule, or everything waiting for you back home. You simply exist. Right there. And maybe that's what Valencia gave me. Not just beautiful memories, but a reminder that life doesn't always have to move so fast, that sometimes happiness looks surprisingly ordinary. A walk through quiet streets, coffee in the morning sun, an evening by the water. A city that never tries too hard to impress you. Maybe that's why I wasn't supposed to love Valencia, but somehow I did. If you've ever been to Valencia, I'd genuinely love to know whether you felt the same. And if you haven't, maybe this is your sign to experience it for yourself. I'll see you in the next one.